This walk, at just over 17 miles, is probably the longest that we've done so far for this series. Not bad for us two old folks, I suppose. The walk starts at the Mynydd Forest car park. The nearest postcode is NP7 7LY. You park at the last car park up the road, near a house called Mynydd. This walk, mostly in Powys, occasionally in Monmouthshire and for a few footsteps in England, starts at the car park, where you head first in a northerly direction up to the first ridge. From the cairn on this first ridge, you first travel east towards Offa's Dyke path, travel north on Offa's Dyke path up towards Hay Bluff. Once reaching Hay Bluff, you turn southwest, down the valley, up the other side to Lord Hereford's Knob, continue to the Trig point, where you then turn southeast back down the path that brings you back to the cairn where you started before descending back to the wood. Leave the north end of the car park and walk up the stone track that rises up into some woods. Following the obvious path through the woods, you should come up to a metal gateway that takes you out onto the hillside itself. Go through this and follow the path uphill, where you should come to a cairn on the top ridge. You should have wonderful views in all directions. The landscape is truly stunning up here and well worth spending a little bit of time. You're now looking for the obvious track that runs mostly in a northerly direction, that takes you down to the road that leads up to Gospel Paths. Follow this track down and you should come out by a riding school and by some trees. Descend until you hit the track and then a road, and you will then turn right in a southerly direction, passing the monastery that was once the home of Eric Gill. However, you might want to linger a little bit and go and examine the church at Capel-y-ffin. This is a lovely small church with ancient yew trees and a circular graveyard. Having done that, turn back and go south down the road for several hundred metres. Eventually you will see this stile on your left hand side. Go over the stile and down across the field to a bridge over a small stream. Cross this, enter into the field on the other side and head directly uphill, where you will go over another stile. You will then see this further stile which you cross and then continue up a well-worn path uphill that takes you right up to Offa's Dyke path. It's a steep uphill climb, but as you can see, the views looking back are spectacular. Once at the top, you turn left or north and then follow Offa's Dyke path. You're on the boundary between England and Wales. Sometimes you'll be in Wales, sometimes in England, sometimes perhaps both. Just keep going and the views are spectacular. You should see horses up here, you'll meet cattle. You'll almost certainly meet other walkers doing the Offa's Dyke path, and several other interesting characters. Eventually the paths diverge, and Offa's Dyke path continues to the right. You take the track here to the left that takes you up to Hay Bluff. Once you reach Hay Bluff, you're at the northernmost part of the walk, so spend a little bit of time enjoying the view again. And you might even have some hang gliders drop in if the weather is good. Descend in a westerly direction down to Gospel Pass. Once down at the road, ascend up the other side up to Lord Hereford's Knob, or Twmpa as it's known in Welsh. And as you rise, the views looking back are quite spectacular. In fact, the views everywhere are spectacular. Eventually you will come to another trig point. At this point you turn southeast along the ridge that takes you back to the cairn where you first rose from the forest. It's a good long walk with spectacular views, and the walking is fairly easy. A great place to meditate as you stroll along. You will almost certainly see mountain ponies up here, and no doubt meet a few other walkers. Once you get back to the cairn near where you started, you turn right and descend back down to the forest where you parked your car, and congratulations, you've just done a wonderful 17-mile walk. We hope you enjoyed today's walk. If you did, please subscribe, because we'll be putting up new ones from time to time. And don't forget to look at our website, www.welshwalks.co.uk. Thanks a lot and enjoy your walking.